Back in December, from a press release, it looked very much like you'd almost reached an agreement with the Gifted Group, who've proposed a World Series of cycling. But again, just recently, that seems to have gone the other way, and it doesn't look like you're working so closely anymore. Has that been completely shelved, that idea?
No, I wouldn't say it's disappeared from the agenda of the UCI. No, I mean, when we announced the stakeholders consultation, a lot of the factors that were under discussion there with these people are part of the agenda of the stakeholders consultation. So it seemed a better idea to wait until that is concluded and wait until we see the ideas that come out of that we can then move forward with investors if that's the direction we want to go to improve the sport. And we're prepared to talk to anybody who's prepared to come in and assist us to professionalise and bring the sport forward.
Another thing which has happened or seemed to have happened recently is that these World Tour points have become so valuable to teams that some of the riders, domestiques as they're called, who work for others in the team, I don't include myself in this, I'm not bitter at all, and I'm very happy working at the Global Cycling Network. But is there anything in place that might help these riders that completely put themselves at the service of the team leaders, but sometimes can be left out and without a contract at the end of the year?
Yes, no, the point number one, again, I bring it back to the stakeholders consultation, and the point system will be addressed there. But also, people need to understand that when we brought in that, everybody in cycling agrees we don't want a closed league. We need to have promotion relegation, we need to have some system, like in every other sport, where the best teams stay up and the lower teams go down. And we brought in that point system. Each year, and the point system wasn't brought in unilaterally by the UCI. It was done through working groups, and those working groups comprised representatives of teams and representatives of riders and the UCI, and under the Road Commission of the UCI. So the system was brought in. At the end of the first year, people realised that the system had faults in it, and the working group got back into it again, and they tweaked it. And again, this year they've tweaked it again, because I think when it started, it may have been the first 15 riders of each team were counted. Now I think it's down to 12 or even 10 riders that are being counted. So as experience is gained with it, to try to find an equitable system, we're prepared to look at it and discuss with the actors, with the teams and the riders, and tweak it to suit what everybody wants at the end of the day.
And in terms of how a team gains its place in the World Tour, you didn't give Katusha their licence last December. Recently, the Court of Arbitration for Sport overturned that decision, and now you've got a 19th team in the World Tour. The teams often say that they don't know exactly how the rankings are done and how a team is given a World Tour licence or is chosen to be given. Do they know it? And if not, can you explain what that point system is?
Well, two answers to that. First of all, as you said, the Court of Arbitration for Sport has made this decision and allowed Katusha back into the World Tour, which means that we've had to have a 19th team. The UCI, the Professional Cycling Council, has looked at the ramifications of that decision and has made changes, and is currently making changes to suit, to make that happen, make it happen in an equitable way for Katusha. In relation to the point system, no, I think you can't mix the two up, because the Katusha decision was completely separate to points. But finally, in relation to the teams knowing the system and knowing how the system works, they do know how the system works. And the teams come regularly in front of the Licence Commission, which is a complete independent entity of the UCI, and they have to prepare for that Licence Commission. They work with Ernst & Young, independently again of the UCI, to prepare for the various requirements within the licence approval system, and the teams do know what they have to do.